Our next question is find the amount and compound interest on rupees 38,000 in 2 years. अब आपको यहाँ पे कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट और अमाउंट कैलकुलेट करना है, बट सक्सेसिव रेट इज गिवन. मीन फर्स्ट ईयर रेट इज डिफरेंट एंड सेकेंड ईयर रेट इज डिफरेंट. That is calculated on the 1 year. According to that, our amount formula is original principal increment in is different in the successive years. 1 plus r 1% for the first year and 1 plus r 2%, that is second rate for the second year. So that is a principal. 1 plus first rate is 7%, that is given in your question, and very important is given like year wise. Okay, so 1 plus 7%, 1 plus 9%. Now amount you have to calculate, principal is 38,000, 1 plus 7 by 100 and 1 plus 9 by 100, because percentage changes into 1 by 100. Now here when you take the LCM of this one, 38,000, 100 plus 7 by 100, 100 plus 9 by 100 gives me amount is 38,000 into 107 by 100 into 109 by 100. After calculation, this gives me, first when I multiply this one, zeros will be cancelled, 2 zeros and this 1 zero, only 1 zero is left. But when you multiply this 107 and 109, so that gave me 38 multiplied by 11,663 by 10. Then after multiplication, 44,319.4 rupees. This is amount. Now you have to calculate the compound interest. Amount minus principal is 44,319.4 minus 38,000. That was the principal. So here my required answer is 6,319.40 rupees is my required compound interest. Next is find the compound interest if the interest is compounded annually on the sum of 65,000 for 2.5 years at 3% per annum. We can solve this question by two ways. Okay, so what in this? They said that if rate is not given in the complete form, that means एक proper integer की form में आपको time ना given दिया हो, जैसे 2.5 year, 2 into 1 by 3 years, एक complete year भी हो और उसके साथ half year भी हो, तो ये भी आपने कैलकुलेट करना है. इस हाफ ईयर का मतलब है कि ये तो मेरा 1 ईयर के अकॉर्डिंग टू है, ये 2 ईयर मेरे कंप्लीट है. तो एक इसका जनरल फॉर्मूला है. इस क्वेश्चन को हम दो तरह से कैलकुलेट करते हैं. एक तो हम डायरेक्ट फॉर्मूला से कैलकुलेट करते हैं और एक में हम डायरेक्ट हाफ फॉर्मूला लगाते हैं. इसका जो मेथड 1 है, अगर मैं इसको मेथड 1 से कैलकुलेट करूं तो जो इसका मेथड 1, दो तरह के मेथड से कैलकुलेट करते हैं इसको. जो मेरा फर्स्ट मेथड है, फर्स्ट मेथड में मुझे पहले तो एज इट इज़, जैसे कंप्लीट 2 ईयर्स था, एज इट इज़ ही कैलकुलेट करना है फॉर फर्स्ट ईयर. जो फर्स्ट ईयर के अकॉर्डिंग टू मुझे अमाउंट निकालना है. अमाउंट इज फॉर्मूला इज सेम, 1 plus r by 100. Principal into principal is 65,000. I am going directly the value here, 65,000. 1 plus rate is 3%, 3 by 100 and time is 2 years. पहले तो आपने इतने पोर्शन को ले लेना 2 years को. तो जब आपने इसको कैलकुलेट किया, अमाउंट इज 65,000. 100 plus 3 is 103 by 100 into 103 by 100. ये आपका आ गया अमाउंट फॉर द फर्स्ट ईयर. अब सेकेंड ईयर, इट इज़ नॉट अ फर्स्ट ईयर, इट इज़ अ फर्स्ट स्लॉट हम कह सकते हैं. केस 1, केस 1 मीन्स पहले वाला जो पार्ट था 2 ईयर्स का. अब केस 2 जो उसका सेकेंड पार्ट था, दैट इज़ हाफ ईयर. अगर आप हाफ ईयर के अकॉर्डिंग टू कैलकुलेट कर रहे हो, हाफ ईयर आ गया. हाफ ईयर में क्या रहता है कि आपका जो रेट है वो भी हाफ ईयरली हो जाता है. ओके, दैट मीन्स जो रेट है, अगर आप एक ईयर के हाफ ईयरली के अकॉर्डिंग टू कैलकुलेट कर रहे हो तो दैट विल बी कैलकुलेटेड अकॉर्डिंग टू द हाफ ईयर। इसको आप डायरेक्टली सिंपल इंटरेस्ट के बेस से भी कैलकुलेट कर सकते हो, क्योंकि ये 2 इयर्स का आपको आ गया। तो केस 2 में आपका 2 इयर्स जब कंप्लीट हो गए तो हाफ ईयर मतलब नेक्स्ट 3rd ईयर में एंटर हुआ। तो यहाँ पे आप डायरेक्टली इंटरेस्ट निकाल सकते हो सिंपल इंटरेस्ट की फॉर्मूला के अकॉर्डिंग टू। तो यहाँ पे जो आपका प्रिंसिपल फॉर द 3rd ईयर, इसको जो कैलकुलेट करके आएगा अमाउंट, वही प्रिंसिपल फॉर द 3rd ईयर कैलकुलेट होगा। इसमें मैं ओरिजिनल प्रिंसिपल नहीं लूँगी। तो यहाँ पे जब आपने एक इंटरेस्ट फाइंड आउट करना है तो यही जो आपका पूरा अमाउंट है यहाँ पे एज अ प्रिंसिपल आ। Here you can find the amount in 2 ways. First method is, first 2 years is completed, then you can calculate the amount according to the 2 year. Principal is 65,000 into 1 plus 3 by 100 raised to power 2. So when you calculate this one, you will get 68,958.5. Now you have to calculate the interest according to the half year. So this amount will become the principal for the next year, that is 3rd year, that is not complete year. So this principal rate is 3 and time is 1 by 2 by 100. So when you calculate this one, you will get 1034.38. So this will give you, when you add this interest in the previous amount, that is case 1, so that give you total amount 69,922.88. So that is the first method. But in the second method, if we go with the direct formula, our formula is said that if amount and principals 1 plus r by 100, so that is a. A means your complete year. This will represent as A, this half year represent as B. Okay, so what you will do here, so here 1 plus r by 100, so that is for complete year, and 1 plus 1 by b of r by 100, that is for the next incomplete year. जो आपका complete year नहीं है उसका हम रेट जो यहाँ पे होगा उसकी हम b की वैल्यू कंसिडर करेंगे. That is direct formula. Instead of first finding the amount, then interest, then add in this. So if we apply the direct formula here, so principal value is 65,000, 1 plus 3 by 100 raised to power 2, then 1 plus 1 by 2 into r value is 3 by 100. So that is 1 by b of r%. So that will be calculated here. So when you calculate all this according to that 65,000, now we have to calculate through the second method. This is method 2. Method 2 means if we are not going to apply this amount, then interest added, and then to find the amount, instead of this we have the direct formula. Here this A represent as complete year and this 1 by B represent as your incomplete year. So what is the part of the incomplete year? That is multiplied by the rate %. So here when you take the LCM of this one, 65,000 into 1 plus 3 by 100, that give me 103. This one 65,000 into 103 by 100 into 103 by 100, and when you take the LCM of this one, this is 203 by 200. This is 203 by 200, and after multiplication, so if 3 zeros is cancelled it here, so if I cancel, only 3 zeros is left downward and 1 2 is there, so that is 1,399,85755 divided by 2000. So my required amount will be 69,992. 69,992.88 rupees, exactly as same. So instead of this two parts, if you can do also apply this formula, only you will be face difficulty in your calculation, that will be bigger. So that will be your amount. Now after getting the amount, our next step is we have to calculate the compound interest. So compound interest, our formula is amount minus principal. We received the amount 69,992.88 and principal was 65,000 at the beginning. So here when we subtract this one 65,000, my required answer is 4,992.88 rupees is my required compound interest. Now here question number 9. A sum of money invested at compound interest of 9% per annum compounded annually amounted to rupees 7,550 in 2 years. 2 complete years. Find the sum invested. Here you have to find the principal. Principal is not given to you. You have given the amount, because this is written as amounted. So amount is given in your question, that is 7,550 rupees. Time is 2 years and rate is given 9% per annum. 9% per annum. So what you will do here, you have to calculate the principal here. So find the principal. We have the formula, we have same formula apply here as amount formula, and whatever value missing as it is, we consider as it is to find the missing value. So here amount we have given 7,550, principal we have to find, rate is given 9, so n is 2 years, time is given, you have 2 years, that is your n value. Now you have to calculate this one, 7,550 p, when you take the LCM of this one, 100 plus 9 by 100 is to power 2, 7,550 principal 109 by 100 into 109 by 100, that will be written 2 times because raised to power is 2. Now you have to find the principal. You cross multiply this 7,550 multiply by 100 into 100 by 109 into 109, so that is your principal. So when you multiply the numerator, so that give you 7550 with 5 zeros, the company with the 5 zeros, and 109 multiply 109 gives you 11,881. So after division, your value will be 6354.68 rupees will be your principal. That is required sum amount you have to find. Then the sum invested is equal to 6,354.68 rupees. That is your total sum invested. Next your question is question number 10. Now if you have given amount is given, principal is given, rate is given, you have to find the time. So how you will find the time? In this case we apply the same formula. I told you, apply the same formula as amount formula, and whatever missing value is there, keep as it is to find that value here. So what I will do it here, so here this you have to time you have to found, that is n value, so that you have to find. Rate is given 10% per annum. Per annum means yearly basis. Per annum, this is in more amount will be more value will be considered as your amount, and this will be considered as your principal. So amount is equal to 1210 rupees and principal is equal to 1000 rupees. You apply the same formula as amount formula. Amount formula is principal into 1 plus r by 100 raised to power n. So amount is 1210, principal is 1000, 1 plus 10 by 100. We have no time, so we keep as it is n. So here first it will be cross multiply, goes it here, 1210 divided by 1000, and here we take the LCM, 100 plus 10 by 100 raised to power n. So 1 0 is cancelled, 121 by 100. So this is 11 by 10 whole square, because when you multiply 11 two times, that give you 121, and when you multiply 10 two times, that give you 100. So here it will be 110 by 100 raised to power n. 1 0 is also cancelled. Here also 11 by 10, here also 11 by 10. When base is same on the both side, we can just equalize the power. That is law of exponent. We already done these law. So base is same, we ignore the base and we just pick the value So that is power will be equalize the value. So that will be n is equal to 2 years. That we have to find. Number of years n is equal to 2 years. Next is at what rate of compound interest per annum will rupees 1250 amount to rupees 1800 in 2 years. Now you have time is given, you have to find the rate. You have amount is given, this is your amount, this is your principal, and 2 years time is given to you. You have given time is equal to 2 years, amount is equal to rupees 1800, and principal is equal to rupees 1250, and you have to find the rate percent. So what you will do, apply the same formula here. So I told you apply the same formula, amount formula, and you have to calculate as it is, and whatever missing variable consider as a same variable here. So here amount is equal to principal into 1 plus r by 100 raised to power n. So amount is 1800. So if it is written per annum, then this formula is according to the per annum. If it is written half yearly, so you have to apply the half yearly formula here, amount formula. If it is quarterly, then you have to apply the quarterly formula here, right? So what you will do it here, so here 1800 and 1250 is the principal, rate you have to find, then time is given 2 years. First you will cross multiply this one. So this is 1800 by 1250, 1 plus r by 100 raised to power 2. So 1 0 will be cancelled, so that will be divided on the table 5. 5 2s are 10, 5 5s are 25, and 5 3s are 15, 5 6 are 30. So that becomes 36 by 25, 1 plus r by 100 and raised to power 2. Now to find the variable value, first what we will do, we try to equalize the power. So if power is same, we ignore the power and just equalize the base. Here like in same, if base is same, we equalize the power. We do similarly same thing as if base is power is equal, then we can equalize the base and ignore the power. So that is 6 by 5 whole square is equal to 1 plus r by 100 whole square. So what will be less? Now we ignore the powers and just pick the value directly. 6 by 5 is equal to 1 plus r by 100. So first 1 will be shifted it here. 6 by 5 minus 1 is equal to r by 100. Now we take the LCM here. 6 minus 5 by 5 is equal to r by 100. So that gives me r by 100 is equal to 1 by 5. Now cross multiply this. R is equal to 100 by 5. R is equal to 20. So that means R percent will be 20% per annum, because we are calculated according to the annum formula. Okay. Now next your question is find the time. Now you have to calculate the time if 8000 borrowed, means that is your principal, at compound interest at 20% per annum. 20% is rate for the per annum. Okay, then amount to rupees 8820. So this is your amount, principal, rate. You have to find the time, but it is written that compounded quarterly. Compounded quarterly means you have to use amount formula, compounded quarterly formula. So that your formula is amount into principal 1 plus r by 4% into 4n. That was the formula of compounded quarterly. So what means, whatever your r value is there, put it here by 4, and n value that you have to find. So now we apply the value what is given in my question. So amount is 8820, principal is given 8000, 1 plus 20 by 4%. Okay, so 4 into n value we have to find, that is time we have to calculate it here. So first I will cross multiply this 8820 by 8000, and what is left here, 4 5s are 21 plus 5%, 4n. So now percentage changes into 100, 1 zeros is cancelled, so that will go on 2 table. 2 fours are 8, 4s are 8, 441, so that gave me 441 by 400. So 1 plus 5 by 100, 4n. So 5 ones are 5, 2s are 10. So when I take the LCM of 20 plus 1 by 20 is to power 4n, that 441 by 400. So one thing you remember, when you are going to find the time that is in power, so try to equalize the base. Okay, when base is equal, you can ignore the base and equalize the power. But when there is a condition to find the rate, like this variable, so here the power is there, time is given, when you have to find the condition of this one, so try to equalize the power, and if power is same, you ignore the power and equalize the base. And here on the time case, you have to try to equalize the base and pick the power. So if there is 21 by 20 raised to power 4n, so when we check it here, is it the possibility of 21 by 20 is here? Yes, it is 21 by 20 whole square, because when you multiply 21 two times, you get 4 into 41, and 22 times give you 400. Now base is equal, you have to just pick the powers. 4n is equal to 2, then n is equal to 2 by 4 gives you 1 by 2 year, that is half year. Half year means 6 months. So n will be considered as your 6 months. Then the required time will be is equal to 6 months. So remember one thing, in this type of question, when rate and time, you have to find either principal, rate and time is you have to find. So what you will do, you first check whether it is written. If it is written compounded quarterly, apply compounded quarterly formula. If compounded half yearly, then r by 2% and 2n. So that will be your compounded quarterly, compounded half yearly formula. And for compounded annually, you have to use that your common formula, A is equal to P1 plus R by 100 raised to power n, for finding the missing value. So in your question, compounded annually, compounded half yearly, compounded quarterly, it matters.